Mr. Barone, I show 4:02 p.m. on September the 7th, 2021. I am recording this meeting, and as we discussed, a recording will be provided to you, of course. So for the record, I'm going to read now. Today, we are here to consider the level 1 grievance of Mr. Damon Barone. And for the record, again, my name is Craig Eichhorn. I'm the Public Relations Specialist for Alief Independent School District. I am the administrator designated by policy GF local to hear and make decisions regarding Mr. Barone's level 1 grievance, which was filed at 4:31 p.m. on September the 1st. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, just making sure we have that for the record. 4:31 p.m., September the 1st. Today is September the 7th. It is now 4:03 p.m. and we are meeting virtually through Zoom due to safety concerns regarding COVID-19. Mr. Barone, sir, would you please introduce yourself, including your role in this matter?
Greetings. My name is Damon Barone. I'm an Alief ISD parent and taxpayer and alumnus. I am the individual that filed this July 30th, 2021 public information request, and subsequently the individual that filed a level 1 grievance on September 1st, 2021 in regard to the same public information request from July 30th, 2021.
Okay, sir. And before we begin, we'll cover a few housekeeping items, including a timeline. For the purposes of this hearing and response, the Texas Public Information Act will be referred to as TPIA. Mr. Barone filed a TPIA request dated July 30th at 2:02 a.m. And this grievance is being held within the timeline in accordance to policy GF. I will now outline procedures to be followed in this level 1 grievance, sir. The level 1 grievance will be conducted in accordance with the district's policy concerning Mr. Barone's complaint. This is a grievance presentation and not a formal evidentiary hearing. There will be no questioning or cross-examination of witnesses. Sir, this is your opportunity to fully detail for me your complaint, facts that you allege underlying that complaint. You should also detail for me clearly what remedies you are requesting so that I can make as fully informed decision as possible. Within specified timelines, Mr. Barone will make his presentation and present any documents he believes are relevant. As the level 1 decision maker, I may ask clarifying questions if needed. I will ask, sir, that you limit your initial presentation to 15 minutes. I'll be keeping time and will let you know when you have 2 minutes remaining. So, sir, before we proceed, are there any questions regarding procedures of this hearing?
Yeah, absolutely. Not necessarily a question, but a comment. As stated before, I have a great concern. I've expressed this several times to the district. So this may be something that I need to file a grievance about in regards to the policy being changed, or the practice rather being changed, of the individuals whom the grievance is circumstances are revolved around also sitting as a level 1 hearing officer for the same grievance for their lack of action or thereof. In this situation, I'm having a level 1 grievance hearing for untimely response and lack of communication from a public information request with the individual who's actually responsible with filling those public information requests. As stated before, I think it was in April 3rd or something like that, you also stated, Craig Eichhorn, that you only do what the district administrators tell you to do in regards to the public information request. So my concern is that sometimes that those individuals whom are not on this call or whom are not being responsible for the PIR are giving you bad information, incorrect information, and sometimes falsified information, which is falling back on you. And again, you're sitting as a level 1 hearing officer, showing that you're willing to comply with whatever the district tells you to do, and or you're also being the judge, jury, and executioner of your actions or lack thereof.
Okay, sir, that has been noted for the record and is on this recording permanently. So I appreciate that. Sir, I'm going to start my my stopwatch here on my phone, and you have 15 minutes. I don't think you've ever taken your full 15 minutes, but I'm going to let you begin now, sir.
Excellent, thank you. On July 30th, 2021 at 2:02 a.m., I submitted a public information request to Public Information Specialist Craig Eichhorn via email. I actually asked for the policy committee meeting notes, audio recording, video recording, and attendance records for a policy committee meeting that School Board Vice President Darlene Elizabeth Breaux spoke about at the Alief ISD School Board on July 20th, 2021. So because of the Open Meetings Act, I requested that information. This information was not made available public on the district's website. The agenda was not posted prior to the meeting, nor have the notes been provided to me. Subsequently, then on August 13th, 2021 at 3:10 p.m., Alief ISD Public Relations Specialist Craig Eichhorn emailed me, Damon Barone, requesting additional information regarding my July 30th, 2021 public information request. It is my belief that this request for additional information was outside of the 10-day window for response from my initial public information request. Subsequently, I, in essence, still responded to Mr. Eichhorn's request for additional information on August 18, 2021 at 8:45 a.m. Further clarifying, basically restating the exact same thing that I'd stated before that I wanted, but this time providing Mr. Eichhorn with a typed up version of the comments that was, or the communication that was discussed during a school board meeting, and stating that I want these items that were publicly communicated by the vice president and the president of the board, as well as Deputy Superintendent of Curriculum, Avalyn Montgomery. Thereafter, I did not receive my response after clarifying the request that Mr. Eichhorn sent to me. Subsequently, on September 1st, 2021 at 4:30 p.m., not receiving my information, my public information request in a timely manner as specified by law, I filed a level 1 grievance at 4:30 p.m. The following day at on September 2nd at 7:40 a.m., Mr. Eichhorn responded to my level 1 hearing filing and stated that he wanted to be the level 1 hearing officer for this grievance. I emailed Mr. Eichhorn back at 2:50 p.m. Responding that my concern was Mr. Eichhorn was again being a level 1 hearing officer over a grievance that circumstances revolved around his actions or lack thereof actions. At 12:57 on September 3rd, Mr. Eichhorn responded again to the level 1 hearing response. I responded back to Mr. Eichhorn at 3:12, and Mr. Eichhorn responded back to me at 3:16 and subsequently sent me a Zoom link at 3:23 on the same day. So my concern is one, that my public information requests are not being responded to in a timely manner, and they're always waiting till the last minute to respond. It'll be the 10th day or beyond. My second concern is that in a matter of 15 minutes, I received email communication back and forth from Mr. Eichhorn regarding the level 1 grievance hearing, but yet I never received any communication back and forth regarding my public information request. If this type of customer service initiative was provided to me on the front end for my PIR versus the level 1 grievance hearing, we probably wouldn't be even wasting taxpayers' time, money, and effort having level 1 grievance hearings. The second thing is that the information was finally presented to me after exceeding the time required by law to respond back to me. And all I got was an agenda that looks like a third grader typed up, and none of the information in which the school board members or the policy committee members discussed in great detail during the school board meeting and or took votes on. So my concern is that the district is one, not keeping records properly, and then they're providing me falsified or incorrect information based off the conversations that the school board is having. So there we have, in essence, my frustrations, my concern, and my level 1 grievance.
Okay, Mr. Barone, I show you've only used 4 minutes and 50 seconds of your allotted time. Would you like to continue, or would you like me to begin covering the remedies?
No, I would also make a recommendation that maybe even if the district does feel as though that Mr. Eichhorn is a legitimate level 1 grievance hearing officer for PIRs, that may be the reason that he's unable, or you are unable to respond in a timely manner from your specified duties of being a public information specialist and respond. If you weren't doing grievance hearings, maybe you could be spending this time responding to public information requests. So a recommendation may be possibly given to the board or your supervisor that they are extending your services beyond your expected duties, and the things that you are expected to do are falling short based off probably some of the extracurricular things that they're asking you to do. So I'd like that, please notate that maybe they may consider finding someone else to be a level 1 grievance hearing officer besides the PIR public information request specialist, Craig Eichhorn, and then we would that would probably eliminate or alleviate some of the backlog of the level 1 grievances for not receiving information in a timely manner.
Well, Mr. Barone, and that that's a valid point, and that has been recorded on this permanent recording that you and I will both get, as will those above me. So they will listen to this and make a decision on your recommendation based upon that.
Okay, that's all I have at this time.
Okay, well, sir, but by policy, I don't want to skip over what I'm supposed to read here by policy. There's always a chance for you and I to discuss the remedies. And I noticed on your written document, there wasn't enough space for the multiple remedies. Would you like me to read the resolutions which begin on page 4 of your latest document to me, sir?
Yes, please do. Thank you.
And I'm referring to the 25-page document you sent on September the 1st.
Correct.
All right, sir. Again, for the record, Mr. Barone's resolutions would not fit on the little lines here under item 6, state the remedies you seek for this complaint. And the first 3 words are see attached documents. And for the record, I'm going to read those as printed by Mr. Barone. Resolutions number 1, provide Damon Barone with a full and complete video recording of the policy committee meetings discussed by Board President Annie Joseph Williams, Vice President Darlene Elizabeth Breaux, and Alief Deputy Superintendent Avalyn. How do you pronounce that, sir? Is it Camble, Montgomery?
Yes.
Okay, I did not know how to pronounce that. Thank you. Avalyn Camble Montgomery during Alief ISD's July 20th, 2001 school board meeting agenda item number 15, board committee reports. Provide Damon Barone with copies of the policy committee's agendas, notes, board notes, meeting minutes, and attendance records as discussed by Board President Annie Joseph Williams, Vice President Darlene Elizabeth Breaux, and Deputy Superintendent Avalyn Camble Montgomery during Alief ISD's July 20th, 2021 school board meeting agenda item number 15, board committee reports. Item number 2, require that Alief ISD public relations specialist Craig Allen Eichhorn, and for the record, that would be me, go through the public information request PIR training with the Texas Office of Attorney General, here referred to as OAG. Again, this grievance become part of Alief ISD Public Relations Specialist Craig Allen Eichhorn's performance evaluation and remain in his employee files. Before is require that any and all Alief ISD administrators whom direct Mr. Eichhorn during his public information request tasks, not limited to Alief Superintendent Henry David Chambers Jr., or the district legal counsel John Eric Nichols, Charles Corey Rush, Kirk Allen AG, and Holly Ann Sherman, go through the public information request training with the Texas Office of Attorney General again. Item 5, Alief ISD not be allowed to use taxpayers' money for legal fees for their misrepresentation. Item 6, prosecute the district, school board trustees, district employees, and district council to the full extent of the law. Item number 7, which is the last item, require that all Alief ISD school board trustees go through the Texas Education Agency approved school governance training. So, Mr. Barone, Thank you. That our level 1 grievance presentation is now concluded. And in accordance with policy GF local, you'll receive a written response from me within 10 business days. And you would like this emailed to you?
Yes, that's fine. The response, right? The written response, that's what you're referring to?
Yes, sir. And for the record, Mr. Barone and I talked before the recording began. The district has seemed to increase our outgoing email size, removing some limitations that prevented me from emailing Mr. Barone directly during our previous conversations. So I'm going to attempt to send this directly through our email system. And if it does not go through, I will contact Mr. Barone and let him know of my attempts that have failed. And then we'll get it to him.
Or contact Kimberly Smith, because she clearly is able to do so. So if you're not able to do it, then maybe she can do it for you, because I've received videos from her several times.
Oh, good. Well, that's good to know. And well, she's higher up on the pecking order than me. So maybe she has a larger outgoing mail system. I don't know. Okay, so sir, I have to read this. In my decision-making process, I shall consider the grievance presentation made at this meeting, as well as responses made in any further investigation I feel may be appropriate in reaching a decision in this matter. Mr. Barone, do you have any final questions?
No additional questions or comments at this time. Thank you, Craig.
All right, sir, I show 4:18 p.m. and this conference is now concluded. I'm going to hit stop recording now.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Have a great day.
You too.